All right, say hello, where you from? There we go. Welcome, welcome. But we love Tuesday nights. I just want to share this in my Facebook group. And there we go. I can see people come on the live. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on my Facebook page. All right. So we're painting this cute little guy. You'll notice that the eyes are way cuter on this one than the photo I showed. So last year when I painted that, I was playing around with the little triangles, and then we loved it like that, so I decided not to change it. But I'll show you how to paint both of them. Simone is here from Trinidad. Welcome, welcome. Angela from Burnaby. Happy painting, everyone. Thank you, Jennifer. Kelly is here from Southern California. Diane is here from, it looks like Elkin. My ring light is right behind where I read the comments, so sometimes it's just a little too bright for me to see. Miss Frida, good to see you. Cindy from Louisiana. Hello, Cindy from Louisiana. Welcome, welcome. Susan is on YouTube. Oh, two Susans on YouTube. Oh, is that one? She's from Tennessee. West Virginia is here. Hi, Tanya. Cindy White is here. Barbara is here. Nice to see so many people on YouTube. So happy to be painting a jack-o'-lantern tonight from New Mexico. Hi from Blaine. Hi, Terry. Tina from Port Alberni. We were supposed to go fishing on the weekend of the 28th in Port Alberni, but we saw that they closed the rivers, so we'll probably only come in November. We go steelhead fishing in Port Alberni. First time, love your painting from San Jose. Thank you, Anna. If you asked a question and I missed it, the comments come slow and then all of a sudden it just jumps for me, and I am a little bit, it is delayed coming through to me, so you might be asking a question and I either miss it or I answer way later. Sharon from Arizona. I'll paint tomorrow. Thanks for doing this. Yes, so if it's your first time joining, I post the video, or it posts automatically right after the live, and it stays on Facebook until tomorrow this time. So you will be able to watch it or replay or share it with your groups and your friends until tomorrow. And then it moves to my Paint Night at Home membership. So I do have a paint membership, and that is 19 Canadian dollars a month. But you have access to tonight's class and then more than 100 other classes that I've filled over the last 2 years. So you go into a library. So if you enjoy this easy, fun, step-by-step how I teach, you can have access to a lot of paintings through the Paint Night at Home membership. So we do it live, it stays on for 24 hours, and then it moves to the Paint Night at Home membership. So members have access. And thank you for all those who joined over the weekend. I know I don't call it winter, I call it painting season. I know a lot of people join, and that's what's great with a membership. You join when you can use it, you enjoy it, and then you can cancel. If you're a gardener in the summer, you're welcome to cancel and join when you're ready. Some people join just for a month and then they paint their hearts out and then they crochet the next month or whatever they do. It's all up to you. So when you join, you can cancel anytime. There's no contracts and it's very easy. You just log in and go to my account and you can activate and deactivate it. How are you, Frida? Hi, Christine. Thank you for asking. I am great, thank you. I'm doing really good. I'm going to school tomorrow. I'm teaching painting at a school tomorrow, And Thursday night, I have a team building event. And next week, I have a Zoom team building event. And I've got a fancy conference coming up. So it's nice to see the in-person events picking up. Makes me happy. Nova Scotia is in the house. So excited you are painting on my birthday. Nicole, let's wish Nicole a happy birthday. Right, are you guys ready? I am going to run through the colors, so you can choose any color. So tonight I'm changing it up. So this is phthalo blue with a little bit of white paint. So I use Saks True Flow. This is the phthalo blue that I use. That's that one there. With a little bit of white for this color. But tonight I want to do a little bit of a turquoise color. No, a little bit more of a greenish color. So I'm going to go with my emerald green and white and a little bit of blue. So you choose your own background colors. Someone did this last year with a yellow background with the pumpkin on top, and it looked so cozy and it was so great. You'd think it might be too much yellow and orange, but it wasn't. It was beautiful. So pick your own colors. You can do pink, purple, whatever colors you want to. Right. So your background color, I normally do with either a little bit of white or a different color in there. For the hair here, this is my yellow, brown, and black. You can add some orange in there too. The hat is brown. I'm using burnt umber, this one, with a little bit of orange in it. You need black. For the flower, I just used yellow. There's a brown center and a green leaf. Very simple. Whatever colors you want to use in here, this is just an orange and yellow. And I know it looks like there's red, but it's just the orange. But you can bring in some red for some darker lines. All right, so pumpkin colors, yellow, orange, red if you want to. Hat is brown, black, and white. These little markings is black and white. Here is brown, black, and white. So not a lot of colors. For brushes, I'm going to use this round to draw out all the lines. I'm going to use a bigger filbert to paint in the bigger areas, and then I have a smaller filbert for the rest. I have on standby this flat brush and a bigger filbert. So whatever brushes you want to use. Just able to watch periodically tonight. I'm in the labor room with my daughter. Oh, that's exciting. She's been induced and at the same point in the next 24 hours. Oh, she'll be having twins. Have fun tonight, Teresa. Take care. I'm one of a twin. Did you know? That's so exciting. Hi on the mom's Facebook page from Santa Barbara, California, and I'm 7. Hi there. She's on mom's Facebook page, and welcome, welcome. My name is Santana. I hope you have lots of fun. All right. Kentucky is in the house. All right, so are you good with colors? You're good with paint? I am painting on 12 by 16. Ignore the lines. That was for a painting team building that we didn't use all of them. I have a tub with water, paper towel. I'm using sheet palettes, so they work really nice. I put some paint down, and then when I'm done, I just tear it off. And I'm going to start pouring some paint. This one's brand new. Cool, what a coincidence. I think between me and my husband, we have 8 twins in our families. So, and there's no generation skip. I think in his family, there's twins that didn't have a generation skip. So I always tell my kids, your wives are in for a surprise. Watching from Laredo, Texas. Welcome, Rosa. San Diego. I love seeing where everyone's from. I'm just adding all kinds of colors. Do you have something to drink? Or are you guys drinking tonight? I think I should start having every now and then a paint and sip on a Friday. We used to do that. Tuesdays was early 6 p.m. and Fridays was 8 p.m. Mom's night off. Adding some brown. And some black. Oh, and then my background colors. I'm going to do some green and a little bit of blue. Just a wee bit. All right, so I'll show my colors again. I have black and white, brown, yellow, orange, red, and then I've got green and blue. And I do pour a lot, but I do use it afterwards. All right, and we're going to start off with our round brush. You need a brush just to draw out all the lines. And if you are nervous about the lines, you can use a pencil or chalk or whatever makes you happy. You'll see that I would draw it out just with the brush. I work really loose. And with this one, I do work much looser with the brush. Hold it a little further back. Don't forget to breathe. I had twins, boy and a girl. I have twin uncles and 2 other sets from my cousins. Kathy, that is so cool. Marjorie from Clearwater Painting, Up a Storm, so much fun. Thank you, Frida. You are most welcome. All right, let's start. So take a deep breath. Just a reminder, we do fun art, not fine art. And for those who don't know me, my name is Frida, and that's what I do. Fun art, not fine art. I'm going to guide you step by step, but if you feel your inner artist want to come out and play, don't hold back. Just kind of let go. Let's focus on the process of what we're doing instead of the end product. If I hear a lot of people enjoy painting, they say, but it makes me nervous. I'm not supposed to stress. And people say it's calming, but it just makes me tense. So the way not to feel tense is just to let go and paint without an expectation. Let it be an adventure of discovery. So paint and see what happens instead of painting with an expectation. I know it's way easier said than done, but try and let's see what happens. Right, so we're starting with a round brush. Wet your brush. And I'm going to do my drawing with some brown paint. If you feel safer using yellow, you can do that. If you feel you want to use a pencil, do that. I am starting off with some brown, and I just roll my brush into the brown paint, in between the bristles. Lots of brown paint. And we're going to start off with the hat. We're going to place the hat on the canvas, and then we're going to draw in the pumpkin. So if you look at, this is the center of the canvas. So cross over around about there is the center of the canvas. So around here, so this part is going to be pumpkin and this part is going to be hat. So if I go like that here, do that on your, you might be on a tiny canvas, kind of figure out where is hat going to be, where is pumpkin going to be, so that you're not too much on the side or too high or too low. Right. So we're going to start off, this is slightly curved like that, and mine is going to be different. They're always a little bit different, right? So I'm going to go with a curved line. And can you see how I'm drawing? Really loose. Try that. Right, so really loose. It's going to go this way, up here, rounded like that. And this is going to be the spot here. It doesn't have to be the same thickness everywhere. This is an old hat. It's been through the weather, through the wind and weather. And we're going to do a little line up here and take it all the way around. Don't stress too much. Hold your brush a little further back. We're going to go up. I go a little rounder corner and then take it down a little, and then I go back that way. Might have gone a little far here. So what I'll do is I'm going to take it in a little like that. See here? So that one is more straight right to the end. This one I have a little bit of a kink in it. Like that. Let's add the ribbon in. and try and keep a little bit of a curved line. We don't want straight lines. This is an old, flimsy, loose hat. And that is your hat. How's that? Not too bad. Are you guys breathing? Hello, I'm just watching, just got home. Paint tomorrow. Have fun all. Thank you, Anita. And thank you for those who are sending stars. I appreciate that. All right, so you're ready to paint in the pumpkin. We're going to do an oval kind of shape, and you can decide. Sometimes I draw it out and then I feel, oh, I want to go a little bit bigger, but you want to go quite way further down onto the canvas. So go a little past. So here, you're going to go past the hat, a little wider, rounded, a little bit more flat at the bottom, and then on this side, the same. And then the hair is going to come out under the hat like this. We're going to work on that a little bit later. Just an idea of where it is. Don't worry too much about them. And then these lines that I'm doing for the pumpkin here is just so they show up through my paint. You can see that I painted with the orange over these lines. My orange is a little see-through, and then I'll come back and make some black ones to bring them out again. So, and this is the part where people normally message me and say, it looks like a basketball. It does, a little bit. So you want these lines to be curved. So you want to do a curved line like that. Here's the first one. And then the second one. I normally make it a little rounded at the bottom here. And then this one, I'm going to go the other way. And another one. You can see another one, you can do that. But that's basically where we start. See, it does look like a basketball. Take a deep breath. I'll give you a minute to do that. I'm having some grape juice. Thank you for reminding me to breathe. You are most welcome, Darcy. It is important. Hello from Boston, Massachusetts. Hi, Angie. Welcome, welcome. Lynn is here from Georgia. Debbie is here from England. Welcome, welcome. What time is it in England? Katie. Hi, lady. Texas. Welcome, welcome. All right. Are you guys ready to move on? I just realized I'm holding my breath for you, Dolores. Sometimes people are not painting and watching and they're holding their breath. I love it. All right, so you got to decide on your background color because we're going to let this sit a little bit. We're going to do the background and then we'll start painting in the hat and then we get to the pumpkin. If you're looking at it and you want it a little wider, you can do that. I'm going to leave mine this way. I'll bring this one in a little bit more. You can see how it's different. I think my first one looked like this, and this is the second one, and then the third one. Pumpkin looks adorable. Love the hat and the face. Right. Thank you, Anita. The eyes are so cute. All right, so I'm going to use a bigger brush. Don't rush if you're not there. What I do is I wet my brush. I'm going to pick up some green paint. I'm doing green tonight. Pick up some green. And with the green on my brush, I'm grabbing some white, some green, some white, and I'm going to grab a little bit of blue. So my blue goes really far. this is going to be the colors. I'm going to paint around my little pumpkin, but as I paint, the colors will start mixing and I'll see if I need more white. Do I need more blue? Whatever I need. And I like it streaky for this one, and lots of colors to play in there. See the blue come through and the green. And we're going to paint with our little straw hair is going to go on top. So you want to go right into where the straw is going to go. So the more you move your brush, the more the colors will blend. Less movement, it will be more streaky. So if I keep moving it, I'm going to lose that white and all those streaks. So if you want to keep that, then move along onto the next area. Again, I loaded my brush with green, blue, white. And I pick up my canvas a lot, so I don't paint the edges here. But if you're painting, I would suggest going all the way around with your color. And you can make this as thick as you want to. Some people like a really textured painting, so they really load up the brush with lots of paint and let it sit on the canvas. So even though I drew out the straw here, I'm going right into it because I want to paint the straw on top of the background. See how I touched here? There's a finger mark. I'm just going to move my brush over it. Enjoy this moment. If you're using 2 or 3 colors on the brush, watch how the paint goes onto the brush. Blend a little more, breathe. There's no right or wrong. Don't think because you're doing something and it doesn't look like mine that it's wrong. It's just your way of painting. I like how I have it lighter on this side and much darker on that side. Did I plan it? No, but if someone asks, I'm going to say, yes, I did. That's too sweet. Thanks for teaching. Anna, you are most welcome. Does the direction of brushing matter? No, Jenny, it doesn't matter. But what I do is I try and keep my brush strokes rounded around what I'm painting and not have harsh lines going this way and then that way. I try and keep it soft. If you do want it to be really rough, then go different directions. But I like to go around it. You can do whatever you want to. Let your inner artist come out to play. But it doesn't matter. I just put a little bit of white right on top of the green here. If you want it more streaky, then don't keep brushing like I am. If you brush too much, you're going to lose all your, see how blended it is here? See how streaky it's here with the little bits of highlight? So keep brushing and you'll have it blended like that. So if I want to add more in there, more color and more streaks, I'll add some color and lightly brush and then move on. Don't work more. So if you want to keep that, if you don't want to keep it, then just keep moving your brush. add little lighter colors here. This is the fun part. This is where you can play. So fun. I like those colors. Wash your brush, dry it off. Oh, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. Your brushes are falling apart. I use, so these are actually from Dollarama and they are synthetic hair brushes. I really like these. They last forever. And these ones are Royal and Nickel from Michaels. You can buy them in a set. They're not too expensive. I can't tell you the price now. I do have a link for these ones on my in my online school under the art supply link. But I really like these ones with because what I find with these is eventually the paint starts chipping off, but not with these metal ones because they last forever. But those are the two that I have tonight. Oh, and then this one is, oh, it's also Royal and Nickel, but it looks like that. So, but synthetic hair, these ones don't fall out that much. If you have the hard bristle brushes, they do fall out quite a bit. You're welcome. All right, so are you guys ready? You're welcome, Jenny. Are you guys ready to move on? Are we going to paint the hat? Just type in ready if you're ready to move on. I see a yes. There comes all the readies. All right, I see lots of readies. So I'm going to move on. We're going to paint in the hat. And what we're going to do is while we're painting, we're going to add in some highlights. So you can see here it's quite dark at the bottom. And then it goes lighter to the top. And then in here is the same. And then I go back and add a little bit more white highlight right at the tip there. So I'm going to use my medium-sized full bed brush. I wet my brush. I hope this one's soft enough. I think so. And I do add a little bit of my orange with my brown because my brown is really dark. Right. I might have to do 2 coats, but we'll see. So I'm going to start painting in just the darker brown. Definitely going to add in 2 coats here. So add in the darker brown. And then you pick up a little bit of white on your brush and you rub it in at the top. So, and that is without cleaning the brush. So I'm going to put on lots of paint here. And the reason you can see, so lots of people see how you can see my brush strokes. And lots of people would message me and say that it's a bad quality paint. They bought a bad quality. It's not about bad quality. It's some paints are more translucent than others. And a second coat will help you cover that up. A bad quality paint is when you paint a second coat and it lifts up and it does all kinds of weird stuff. But sometimes it's just because it's a little bit more see-through. All right, so on my brush, I have some white paint. Can you see the mess that it is? There's brown, there's white, there's even a little orange showing up. And I'm going to paint that at the top here to add the highlight in. So go with white. What you can do is put it down. So I have it down. I'm going to wipe my brush. I'm not going to wash, just wipe some of that paint off. And then I'm going to blend that in. See how it sits the line there? And now I'm blending it into the top. So it's lighter at the top, darker, closer to the bottom. See, that's what we're doing. If it doesn't work straight away, just depends on your paint. You might have to wait a minute and then you can go back and do a second coat. Right. I'm going to go to the top here, do exactly the same. This time it's much lighter at the top here and very dark in the middle of the hat here. Do you think kids could do this painting? Yes. So I've had kids as young as 4 paint with me. I normally say kids from 6 to 106 can paint with. Everyone can paint with. Just some brown paint, paint all of that in. And then pick up some white paint for the highlights. So I got my brown down. And now I'm picking up some white. Maybe I'll add a little orange in there. I have a little bit of orange with my white. I'm going to add a little highlight at the top. Wipe my brush. And then do a little bit of blending. I want this much darker. See this area here? I want that much darker. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of black with my brown to make that a little bit darker. Hold your brush a little further back so you're not too precise. You don't want to be too perfect, do you? I know. Perfectionists, they email me afterwards. They message me. Try and aim for expression rather than perfection. Let's go for that. I want to make this a little darker. Add a little white. If you need lots of layers, don't hold back. Don't forget to breathe. If you don't have enough white in here, you can go back with a second coat in a minute. Let it sit a little bit. And then this is just black. I just do black. I add a little bit of white right at the end here. Can you see how it's a little bit more of a grayish color? So do it all black. Wipe your brush, pick up a little white, and then you're going to just kind of flick it in You can see how it smears into the black, just to add a little bit of a highlight on this side. So first do the black and then go with some white on top. I'm going to do the ribbon. I have this trimmer in my right hand, so my ribbon is a little squiggly. All right, so I have my black down. It's all black. Just give my brush a little bit. It's not clean, you can see, just more of a wipe. Picking up a little bit of white paint. You don't want too much white, just a little, not a lot. And then I put it down here and I flick it towards the rest of the ribbon. And I just add a little bit of a highlight, not too much. Just like that. So you put it down and you just flick and it's just blending in with the black. If you've done that and you don't see enough white, go back, grab a little more, and then just go again. And eventually it becomes a little bit lighter. I don't want to do too much, but there you go. And then you can go back and clean up a little bit, bring it all together with maybe a little bit of brown. Let's go like this. Clean it up a little bit. I don't want to do too much. It is an old hat. How cool is that? I can see how my brown, as it dries, it's really thin here. So I'm just going back for a second coat. It's not too bad. How are you guys doing? Oh, you caught me again. Gotta keep breathing. Don't pass out on me. Right, so don't rush if you're not ready to move on, but I'm going to start painting in the pumpkin. And we're going to start off, I'll do bit for bit as I paint it in, but you want some lighter bits in the center here, so more yellow, and then darker around the edges of each little bit. They don't have to match. This one has a lot of yellow here. I think the last one I didn't have that much yellow. But you want to play with a little bit of color. Right, so I'm going to move back to my bigger filbert brush. You can stick with a medium if you want to. Do you do touch-ups tomorrow after it completely dries? Sometimes I do. Other times I let it be. So last week's I did do some touch-ups. I like going back and painting. Sometimes I'll do the whole painting on top of the painting that I did, because the second coat it's so neat to redo the whole painting on top of it, but sometimes I do. Do you do? So I'm putting some yellow down. I am not washing my brush with the yellow still on there. I'm picking up some orange and I'm going to paint that around my yellow. It's going to pick up some yellow and I do a little bit of a flick. So I put it down and then I flick into the yellow. Something like that. And I'll do it again if you want to see. Right, so now I'm not going to wash my brush. I'm giving it a good wipe on the paper towel. Picking up more yellow. I just need some more orange on here. I'm going to do this one here, not too much yellow. And now I picked up some orange and I put it down and I flick it down like this. You want to keep a little bit of a curve in your flicks, like not a straight up. Don't go into your hat though. And you can decide how much yellow you want in there. And these are very light. When I do this, you can see my brush is really loose in my hand. I don't do a lot of, it's not pushing down very hard with the brush. I'll do some yellow here. That one has a little bit more orange in it. Picking up more orange, put the brush down, and then I flick it into the yellow. Sometimes it takes some practice to get it to happen like that, to get that flicking right. It's not a drag. When you drag your brush, it stops like that, and you could have a brush stroke, or it just ends like that. You want to put it down and then you flick. Put and flick. That's what I'm doing. So bring in the yellow and then I flick the red or the other color on top of it. Now I have lots of colors on here. So I'm doing more yellow. Don't worry about the straws. We're going to come back and do that. And more orange. And if you feel you want it a little bit darker, you can grab a little brown or even some red. And that is going to be my pumpkins colors. If you do have some red, I'll show you where I'll do some red if you do want to play with some red. I'll use a smaller brush. You can, I would normally do it just kind of on these lines. There's a little bit of red, not too much because I don't want it too dark. Maybe some red down here. And you can see that I have it on the tip of the brush. A little bit like that. And here and there, I'll just add a little bit of red. Not too much. And it's more of a smear than really blending in. Just putting it on top of the orange. Really loose with your brush. There's a little red. Maybe a little more like a shadow under the hat. See what happens? The inner artist just comes out and then I do things. And you can do this with brown too. All right. How's everyone doing with the pumpkin? So fun. Thank you again. Love it. Oh, I'm glad you're loving it. What kind of paint do you use? I use acrylic paint. It's a student grade acrylic paint. Can we rewatch this afterwards? Brenda, yes, you can. So this stays on Facebook and on YouTube for 24 hours. And then it moves to my Paint Night at Home membership. Great pumpkin. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to see yours. All right. So my hat is a little drier, is it? It's still a little wet. We'll get to the pumpkin, to the flower in a little bit. It's still really wet there. Have a dryer, maybe run to get your dryer. Santana, you're doing good. I love it. Okay. So doing the straws, I'm going to keep going. If you're not there, don't rush. I post the video right after, and then you'll be able to rewatch it. And you can see that I keep checking the messages. If I don't answer, someone in our community will. So just ask a question. If you're still, you could still be blending the hat, which is all good. Like if you're still with the hat, don't rush. It's all good. Right, so I'm going to use this one, my medium filbert. and see how it's flat like this. I'm going to pick up paint and we're going to do the straw, the hat, the hair. I'm going to pick up some brown paint like this with my brush. And I hold my brush like that. Hold on, like this. And you're just going to flick with the brush in that direction. So you don't want to flick like that because that's going to give you thick lines. So just so you can get some thin lines. And I'm going to start off with some darker colors. You're going to flick it from the top of the hat here, right there. You're going to start flicking. It's going to pick up some of that orange and all those colors. So you're going to keep flicking like this. And then we're going to pick up some yellow, maybe some orange and some brown. And you're going to go on top because you want lots of color in there. And that's how I do the straw. They are just lots of color. That one looks a little better. And you want these ones a little shorter out that way, and then some long ones. We're going to do a little outline on the hat later and around the pumpkins. So don't be too worried if you're touching the hat here. Right, so I start off with some darker color, some brown, maybe a little bit of black in there. And you're just flicking. So these ones are a little shorter out here. I have this trimmer, so all mine will have a little bit of a kink in them. Yours doesn't have to have that. And yes, you are picking up some of the colors that are here, which is all good. It just adds more color to your straws. That one's quite long, all the way down. I'm not that brave tonight. Keep flicking like that. And then we do the other side. Flick, flick, flick. I need more brown paint. And if you can see thick lines of paint, even better, because lots of texture really looks great on this painting, especially with this straw. So I think I have enough brown down. I am going to go in with a little bit of orange and yellow. Like that. Lots of paint. That's a little better. And just go on top to add a little bit of color. Again, if you have little lines of color, see in here, it's all good. That's what you want. And move your canvas to whatever makes it easy for you. I do feel I want some orange in there just to add a little bit more color, because now it's just yellow and brown. And I want to have a little bit of orange in there. This is so fun, seeing it blends together and then it's all streaky again and then it blends, and it's so fun. Oh, I can see this one goes quite wide. I think I'm going to bring it down a little bit. So stand back, have a look at yours. If you have a camera close by or a mirror, go look at the reflection of your painting. So for me, it's great because I can see it on the screen here. So then I can go back and add a little something or so on. Do you use red or brown for the lines in the pumpkin? It's red. The brown was from when I drew it out. So the brown that you see is from when I initially drew it out, but I added some red in with the lines. But if you've painted yours and you use a craft paint, which is very opaque, you might have lost your brown lines. You can just go paint it back in. I think with my finger earlier, I lifted some of the brown paint here. It's back. It's all good. You ready to do the cute face? We'll do the flower first. So I just use I'll use my small folded brush and some yellow paint. My yellow is a little see-through, so I'm going to add a little white to it. And I'm just going to do, so I'll do the petals first, and then I'll just go and paint in a brown center. So I'm just going to lightly drag it out, or maybe I'll go this way. Just a bunch of petals like that. You can make it as big or as small as you want to. And I really just smear the paint on because I want it to be very textured. That's going to be my little flower. I'm going to let it sit. And then I'll go back and do a second coat. So what I do is I put my brush down and I flick it to the center once. And because it's a little see-through, you can go back and do a second one. And the center looks a little darker. But I'm just going to come do a brown center. And then for the green, for the little leaf, I am just going to put my brush down like this. I do want to add a little bit of white because I can hardly see the leaf on that one. So I'm adding a little bit of white so that I can see it. And I'm just going to do a little flick to add some greenery here. You can do two if you want to. There's my little green leaf, very textured. And that can dry before I do my brown center. You guys breathing? Well, this is the fun part. We're going to do that big smile. We'll start with the nose, and then we'll do the big smile, and then we'll do the little eyes. My favorite time of the week. I love it. All right. So doing the smile, what I do is I'm going to do a curved line going this way, and I'm going to start off with some black paint. If you want to use a pencil to draw it out, you can do that, but I just jump in with paint and take a chance. So I'm going to go all the way here, do a smile. I'm going to draw a little square, a little block out like that, and then continue. And then when I go back, I just lift it up here to create these little pieces. So you got to think how the more wonky it is, the more fun. So don't be too precise. Be really loose. Upside down a little triangle, and then these two little ones here. You're welcome to do the bigger triangles like the original if you want to do that. And it's all in black. We come back later to add those white little highlights in there. So I wet my brush, pick up some black paint, and you don't want to go too high. So if that's my pumpkin, the nose is about in the middle. The eyes is right above, and the whole space at the bottom is for the mouth. So I'm going to go down, and it doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. It's all good. So let's go right here. Upside down triangle, and then the smile. So I'm going to go on this side. So when I want to start here, I want to end round about here. So round about the same distance apart. Nice big smile. Think right there. So I'm going to take it here. So I'm going to do a little block there. That's the first one. Go this way. And now when you do the bottom part, you go a little further. Stop right there. Do the little block. Continue. Do another one. These two are very close together, which is okay. And then go up. He's got a wicked smile, this one. And then you paint it all black. This one's very high. I love it when they turn out so quirky. It's just black paint. So my orange and yellow is still a little wet, so it is picking up some of that color, but I'm all good with that. If yours is too wet, maybe a thick layers of paint, you can grab your dryer and just dry it off a little bit. Oh my gosh, he's so cute already. And this is all black. And you'll see for these eyes, they don't go up, they're quite straight, the triangles, wider, and drag them out a little bit longer. And there's a little space above between the eyes and the nose, so you don't want to go too close. So I'm going to go here, and I think there. Cute, happy little guy. Not as small as the other one, but I like it. So here's a close-up for that one. And this one is a little bigger. Who told the joke? And then, of course, the original that I had on the event photo was just two triangles like that. But last year we had so much fun, so we changed it. Right, I think this is dry enough for me to add a center to my flower. Yes, it is. There we go. Just a darker color on the inside. If you want to get really fancy, you can do a little bit of dabbing with some orange in there. So it looks a little like a sunflower kind of. See, a little dabbing. I'm going to let this sit a little, and you'll see that I did a little bit of an outline using some black paint. And I'm just going to go around my pumpkin here, in like that, down here and up like that. So I don't go too high with these marks. Just add a little bit of an outline to the bottom with some darker lines coming into the pumpkin. And then of course I do my outline of my hat with some black or brown, whichever works for you. Quite often here I go with my brush right into the hat. So just adding that outline in there just kind of brings all this together. So this one's outlines are really wild down here, but it's a little neater today. You guys still breathing? She and he's so cute. Thank you, Becky. My favorite time of the week. Oh, I got that one. All right, so now you want a little bit of a highlight in there. On this one, I did it in white, but sometimes I add a little bit of yellow in there, so it's a warmer highlight. So some white, some yellow. I'm just mixing a little bit of white and yellow on my palette. Look at that messy palette. And then I'm going to go down at the bottom here, barely touching a little bit of an outline. Just on the left side of this. And you're doing this on the black. You're not doing it on the outside. You're doing it on the black. And then here, up like that. I'm just going to do that one there. A little bit of highlight. And on the inside of this eye. And this corner. Just little highlights. Not too much. And this one, it looks like that. So that's white. And this one I have white and yellow mixed. But that is your pumpkin painting for tonight. If you feel you want to add something to the background, write a message, paint the edges, don't stop because I'm stopping. And I'm going to post my photos. So I do a little selfie right here and I post it on my Facebook page. Please come and share your paintings. If you painted with last week, I forgot to mention, my birthday celebration is the first week of November. And every year on my birthday, I give away 1 year paint night at home membership. And this year is the same. So I'm going to give away a 1 year paint night at home membership. And all you have to do to enter is post your selfies. So if you're posting your selfie, if you are a paint night at home member and you're posting your selfies, you get a whole bunch of extra entries. So please post and share the event, share the photos. And I will see you next week. I hope I see you next week. I think we're doing the purple. I might have to change the date because there's a lot happening that day. I was nominated for an award. So I'm just waiting for confirmation. But this is what is scheduled. I might have to change the day. But that's what we're painting next week. Cat on a branch looking at a butterfly. So come join me next week. Thank you so much. And when I have all the information, I will share with you what the award was. It's a local chamber award. Right. So thank you so much for joining me. Please come and share your photos. Please share the events. If you have questions about the Paint Night at Home membership, please let me know. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.